Theater, it'll look just like every other movie.
We sort of hold our breath and see how it goes, because that's the real test.
They watch the movie, and the filmmakers have a chance to watch the reaction.
Pretty early on in this movie, we knew that we had them.
Stuff scene we had no idea was going to play like that.
Then you can just drop fucking dead.
It looked like a wave had walked.
Okay. All right. Now, what you're looking at is obviously, if you ain't figured it out yet, it's a test screen. They test screened this movie, okay? Which has a lot to do with my counter argument over the when people say about statistics, they say, oh, only a handful of people are participating in those statistics, and the one that gets me the most is the argument of they're handpicked to participate in these statistics or studies, you know, or what have you, right? So I'm finna debunk both of that shit. Okay, where do I start? All right, let's talk about the handful argument first. As you can see, this is not a big studio. These people are definitely a handful, you know, because studios are smart. At least New Line Cinema is smart enough. They've been doing this since their inception. That before they bring a movie out, they will test it in front of a small studio audience. You know, these people will come in and they will get there and they will just watch them watching their movie, you know, because they don't want to just throw it into the theater and the movie will fail and they'll wonder why, you know. So they pick these handful worth of people to gauge whether the movie might be a success or not. That's my thing. Because statistics are meant to help us understand the world around us, understand what people are most likely to do and most likely would not do, you know, what they're most likely to eat, what they're most likely to not eat. That's what statistics are for. You know, you got people that do these surveys and statistics, and they dedicate their lives to do so. And it's like a slap in the face of those people when they just roll their eyes at statistics, you know. Especially statistics involving politics and moviegoers and rape statistics and all that. They just roll their eyes and say, that ain't true and all that shit, you know. Because these studies have been done over the course of years, and statistics are always updated, you know. I mean, if you doubt statistics, fine, but don't turn around and come to me with your anecdotal evidence and your statistics because it fits your narrative. I'm gonna say no. Since you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, when I bring up statistics to you, you shouldn't bring them up to me. That's all there is to it. You know, a lot of people, they'll believe in statistics as long as it fit their narrative. Now, if statistics are counter to an argument of their belief system, they tend to not believe it, you know, which is weird. So yeah, what's the other argument? Oh yeah, they're handpicked. Yeah, sure. These people are not handpicked. They did not have to come to this theater. They did not have to see this movie. Yes, they may get a questionnaire as to if they want to see it or not, but they can say, no, I don't want to see it because it's too gory, it's too much cursing in it, it's too bloody, or what have you. And you don't have to go. So if you are handpicked, I mean, what are you talking about? You have to qualify to watch this movie. You have to be into that type of movie that they're showing, whether it be a horror movie or a love story movie. Because if it ain't your type of movie, you're not gonna go to this test screening. They don't know who will like such a movie, so they can't handpick people because they don't know how that person is going to feel about said movie. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So that handpick is bullshit. That's weird because you ain't handpicked to get a job. I mean, you have to qualify for that job. The boss just can't go outside and just pick, oh, I want you to work for me. I want you to work for me too, sister. I want you to work for me too, brother. You can't just do that. You have to qualify for the job. You have to convince them to hire you. They don't handpick people for jobs. Just like dates. Women don't handpick men to fuck. You know. Shit, I mean, a lot of women ain't gonna fuck any man. They're not. They have likes and dislikes. They ain't gonna just blindly fuck anything that move. It doesn't work that way. That's why that counter argument is stupid to me. What you mean by handpicked? You know, so that's why I wanted to bring about. It's like, yeah, these people are a handful, so to speak. They are relying on this handful of people to gauge whether the movie's going to be a success or not. And sometimes they make alterations to the movie if they see the audience or this hand-picked / handful of people worth of audience. If they don't like said scene, they might change it. Because this small audience, this hand-picked / oh my God. This hand-picked / I'm being so sarcastic right here at this. This hand-picked / handful audience judges whether the movie will be out and brought to theaters. Pretty small crowd to rely on, you know. Or maybe this small crowd judges the movie's success rate. Because in this particular movie, teenagers are drawn to it. And young people. That's why you see a bunch of young people in this movie. They are attracted to horror jump scares as opposed to older people. The vast majority of the time. So, by the way, if you haven't guessed, this movie is Final Destination, the first movie. It's a really good movie. It's about death just taking people's lives one by one, baby. Because you can't cheat death and you can't beat it. So this is the first movie that came out of this. There's 5 movies in total, and this is number 1. So nobody ever heard this type of movies never came out, so and they got a good reaction. And they also have to change the ending because the people wasn't really feeling the ending. So they changed it. This handful of people. Handful being the key word here. You know, when people go, oh, it's a handful that participate in that, you know, it's like, if a statistic is regarding the world over, then I will say yes, that's a handful of people, you know. But if it involves, let's say, one continent, or the UK or the US, and it's a statistic involved regarding that continent or country, that's not so much of a handful to me. Because it's smaller, it's not worldwide. That's what I meant to say. If it's a worldwide statistic, I would less likely not believe it as opposed to a statistic that is in a smaller group or a continent or a country or a province such as Canada. You know, I'm more likely to believe that because it's smaller. That's what I gotta say. I mean, the types of statistics that I tend not to believe in are the ones that says, you know, like every time I clap my hands, a child in Africa dies and all that shit. Like, I clapped 4 times, so to speak. That means 4 children already died. That is ridiculous to me. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. You know, there's some I just roll my eyes at myself. It's like, but if it's regarded on a grander scale, like, I mean, I tend to believe that over the ones that's like, oh, it's like, oh, you know, 1 in 5 people will be dead. I mean, everybody dies every day type of statistics, you know, like every day somebody is raped. every day. No, they say every day like 15 women are raped or some shit. Like statistics like that. It's like, what? I tend not to fucking believe those though. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Not to say it ain't true, but I just tend not to believe those. That's just over my head, those type of statistics. But yeah, back to the point is that, you know, that's what I pretty much wanted to say regarding this. You know, you got this handful of people. This judges whether the movie's going to come out or not. And New Line Cinema has been doing this, like I said before, since they began. And as you can see, there's an older couple in the back there. Some older people, they will watch this movie. And there's a guy over here. See that man, he's looking like he's looking down. He's probably so shocked at the jump scare, he's not looking at the screen. That's an older guy. You know, there's some older people that watch this movie. But you know, on average, they're like, nah, I don't want to see it. Blah, blah, blah. You know. But as you can see, the most people in this audience are young people. It's like an older guy right here, too. Yeah, right there in the middle there. So yeah, that's what I wanted to bring about, you know. So, that's the end of my video. This is Y Chromosome signing out. Peace and love.